What's going on, and welcome back to the Underdog Investor audio experience. It is Colin, and today I just got off one of our accelerator calls, which is a small group coaching program that we run inside the UIG. And it's basically a group that we get together twice a week, and we dive into a variety of different topics. Today we talked about filling the leaks in our bucket, and this is something that's been on my heart for quite some time. And basically, and you can probably hear it in my voice, I'm rather sick right now, and I've been sick for about a week. And I actually got my blood drawn last weekend, and I knew something was up, right? And I think we can all kind of feel it in our bodies. We're like, you know what? Something is not right with me. And I got my blood drawn, and I met with my clinician, and he was taking a look at all the results from the blood test that I took. And he basically pointed out a handful of things that were extremely low. And just for reference, like I'm a 28-year-old male athlete. Like I should be fairly healthy. But when he showed me all of my results, there was quite a few markers on there that had me concerned, and it had him concerned. Not to a point where we are freaking out, but to a point where there are some lifestyle shifts and changes that I need to make to help me with this kind of stuff. And basically, just long story short here, I've had a few deficiencies that are leading directly to massive fatigue, and potentially depression, which I wouldn't say that I'm depressed, but I'm definitely not like full of energy like I was just a few years ago. And just as a reference, I don't know if y'all know this, but I was a strength and conditioning coach for quite a few years for a college. And at that point, I was working, 10, 12 hours a day with high performers. I'm talking really competitive athletes. And I was writing and prescribing, not prescribing necessarily, but I was writing strength programs, strength and conditioning programs for them. And being inside of a college weight room for 10, 12 hours a day, like a lot of energy is required. It's a lot of energy is exerted during that effort. And just a few years later, I'm now working on the UIG with Lucas. We are building something absolutely incredible, but I'm behind the computer all day, right? I work from the computer 10 to 12 hours a day now. And so, yes, I go for walks. Yes, I lift. Yes, I go for runs. I just did a 10K with my girlfriend and her family the other day. But I can tell that there are serious energy leaks coming from me, right? Like I am so tired. I'm so fatigued all the time. And so anyways, long story short, I got the results back and I said, "Wow, there are some holes that I need to fill." And it brought me back to our financial freedom formula, which now is a free course inside of our UIG community. But in that course, there's a diagram where it shows the personal kind of the personal finance map. And basically, it's just this series of buckets and pumps where you can see income comes in, expenses go out, and then a part of that is there's holes in the bucket, which just means that the bucket that we have of our life sometimes has holes or deficiencies, things that we need to pay attention to. So again, think of this as like you're holding a bucket full of water. And if there are three or four holes in the bottom of that bucket, the water is going to drain out. Maybe it's just dripping. So maybe dripping out real slow. But over a longer period of time, you'll notice that there's less water in that bucket because there's holes in it. And so, with that blood test and with me talking to my clinician and looking at my overall life, and my energy levels, I was like, wow, there's a lot of holes that need to be fixed. And so, anyways, on this accelerator call, we were talking about what are the different holes that we can fill in our lives, whether it be from an energy standpoint or a time management standpoint or stress management, or even very specific to investments, crypto and DeFi investment holes. Like, are there any holes in our bucket that is leaking out? And so, anyways, what I think, as a takeaway for this lesson is to look at the different sectors or categories of your life and do an assessment and ask yourself, are there any holes in the bucket that I need to fill? For me right now, it's in a body. It's I need to take care of my body because my body is what's going to drive me to the next year. It's going to drive me through the next couple of decades, and it's going to allow me to build an incredible business and experience that everybody who touches the UIG can experience. So I need to take care of myself, plug the holes in my bucket with my body, and then I can move on to different categories of my life. So hopefully this brought you some value today. I know the people, the members in the accelerator program loved it as well. And with that being said, hop back in the OIG, hop back in the mindset group specifically. And if you haven't got access yet to that financial freedom formula free course, just shoot me a message and I'll make sure you get access right away. So with that being said, I will catch you in the next episode.